Welcome to Grade 9 Learning Journey. This is Economics Chapter 9, The Price Puzzle, What Drives the Market. Let us deep dive into this chapter from basic to complex, from beginning to end, from initial to extreme. Let us understand what are the big questions. What are the factors that influence the demand for and supply of goods and services in the market? How are prices of goods and services determined through demand and supply interactions? What is market equilibrium and does it exist in the real world? How and why does the government intervene in the market? So we will deep dive into this chapter of grade 9, chapter 9, economics, the price puzzle. Let's begin. So we will decode the hidden laws of demand, hidden laws of supply, and the numbers that run our world. So let us understand, why are mangoes expensive in April but half price in June? Not very cheap, but yes, the prices begin to fall down. Why so? We will also understand another case study where we will understand that why the aircraft seats, the same seat, cost 3,000 on certain days and 9,000 on weekend, which is close to Saturday, Sunday, that is Friday. And we will also understand why do malls announce massive discounts at specific times of the year, especially in July, August, you would have seen massive sale, especially in January, February, you would have seen massive sale. So there are reasons behind these different demands and different supplies. So let us understand. Because in the beginning of April, the mangoes arrive in the market, they are at higher price, very less consumer, taste is also not too great. So that is why initially the prices are high and gradually when there is more supply, the prices fall down. Similarly, during the weekend, people love to travel to their hometown, people love to travel to different places, people love to go on the travelcation. So the weekend fare rises as compared to the weekday fare. Okay. Now, why do malls announce massive discounts at certain times? Because they want to clear off the supplies that they have got. So they clear the summer clothing in July, August and invite autumn clothing and winter clothing. Similarly, in January and February, there are sales in the malls because they want to clear off the winter stock. These are the main reasons. So prices do not change by magic or random chance. They are strictly controlled by two competing forces playing a continuous game. And what are these two forces? Demand and supply. Now, let us understand demand with the blue color force. It's not just wanting something. You cannot want something and call it as a demand. It is the willingness to buy a product combined with the ability to pay for it. One should have ability to pay for its actual cost. Okay. So rule 1, your desire means nothing to the market if you do not have the purchasing power to back it up. One should be able to buy the thing also. So what is there in demand? There is a desire to get something. There is a purchasing power to buy it. And that is called as economic demand. So if you want to buy mangoes, you need to have money to be able to satisfy your demand. Okay. Let us understand the market dashboard. So this is the law of demand. Higher the price, lesser the quantity, which means higher the price, lower quantity is demanded. So when the prices of certain objects are at 150 rupees, 1 kg, people will buy 1 kg. When it comes to 100, 2 kg. When it comes to 50 rupees, 3 kgs. Have you noticed that we buy, your parents and your elders, they pick up mangoes 3 kgs, 4 kgs, 5 kgs because that is the peak season where the prices are low. And in the initial and the ending season, we buy less because the prices steep up. Okay. So here, look at this graph. So these are number of kgs, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, quantity. Price 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 150 rupees, and this is the demand curve. Okay, it comes from this way to this way. This is demand curve. So D के साथ C पड़ता है, so ये C की तरह पड़ता है. देखो ऐसे करके C की तरह form होता है. Like this, it forms in the shape of C. Now, it has inverse rule, okay? It is inversely proportional. What it means? When the prices go up, the quantity demanded goes down. Consumers always want to maximize their utility while protecting their pockets or the wallets. So from individual demand to market demand, let us understand, okay? So this is Srivalli's demand, 3 kgs of mangoes. Alex demand, 4 kgs of mangoes. Israt's demand, 5 kgs of mangoes. So these are individual demands. And when we sum them up, so this comes as market demand. For example, if you're living on a floor, say 5th floor in your building, so the demand by the house 501, 502, 503, 504 contributes to the market demand, okay? Market demand is simply the sum of every individual consumer's demand at a specific price. If 1,000,000 people want to buy mangoes, the market curve is just 1,000,000 individual curves added together. So 1 curve, 2 curve, 3 curve added together forms market demand. So what else changes the buyer's mind before we buy? If we think that the prices are same, what else will change our buying power? Income level. Higher the income, higher purchasing power. Lower the income, lower purchasing power. So if buyers get a raise in their salaries, they buy more even if the prices are unchanged. Now let us understand the prices of the related goods. So one is substitutes, another is complements. Let us understand substitutes. If apples become cheaper, people would stop buying mangoes. Okay, this is substitute. If tea prices become cheaper or coffee prices become expensive, people will start consuming tea, depending upon whose taste is what. But these are substitute goods. Now, what are complementary goods? Another one is complementary goods. If smartphones are cheaper, then earphone demand will also increase. Battery demand will also increase. Charging demand will also increase. The charging extension port demand will also increase with it. Tastes and trends, sometimes we go by viral, we go by reels, we go by influencers. So seasonal shifts, viral craze, fashion changes push demand up or down. It depends. There was a Lalubu toy demand that spiked up. Nowadays Stanley sipper demand is spiking up because it's a viral craze, so that also influences the buyer's mind. Future expectations. If buyers expect prices to rise tomorrow, they buy double today. Just an example, if it is expected that the fuel price will increase tomorrow, everybody would line up at the petrol station to buy fuel in their cars a day before, because they would all want to save 5 rupees for every liter, which means for 10 liters 50 rupees. And likewise, if 2 cars, 3 cars, then people prefer loading their vehicles. Now this orange sheet is for supply. Let us understand what is supply. Supply is from the opposite end. So right now you were consumers, but the one who is providing you is the supplier. So supply is the quantity of a product that sellers are willing and able to offer at a particular price. So here, sellers should have an ability to produce. There should be a desire for profit. That creates economic supply. Okay, sellers are not charities. They have to make the profit. You are not as a seller, as a production in charge, you are not just producing for the sake of charity. You are producing for the sake of profit also. Their primary goal is profitability. Higher prices incentivize more production. If more price of a product, which means more profit, which means they want to produce more. Let us understand law of supply. So when the prices of objects or commodities are 50 rupees, when the price is 50 rupees, the quantity is 1 kg. Quantity which is supplied by the seller. When price increases, it increases the quantity also. When the price further increases, the supplier provides more quantity. So let us see the supply curve. Okay. So this is price, this is quantity, and it goes opposite to the demand curve. Demand curve was like this. Supply curve is like this. Okay. What is the rule? It has direct rule with the market, which means as prices go up, the quantity supplied also goes up. Price upper, supply also upper. Higher prices attract more sellers and justify working harder to produce more. Okay. Now, what changes the seller's mind? Sellers, there are some determinants that change the supply also. Let us see. farmer's empty field, high chickpea, higher profit, low wheat price, lower profit. So what will the farmer do? Will stop producing wheat and will start planting more chickpea saplings for the next season, because this is giving more profit. See how beautifully it is framed for you. It's an answer, it's a summary in your question in your book, which is so ambiguously there's so much of ambiguity in it, but here it is so clearly mentioned. Higher chickpea price, higher profit, let's grow it. No, low, let's leave it. So what are the other factors that drive the supply? Technology. If the supplier or the producer gains latest technology like drip irrigation, sprinklers, lower production cost, increases the supply. Weather and disaster, okay. If monsoon is expected, the supplier will increase the number of umbrellas in the market at lower price, okay. And it all depends on extreme weather conditions also, especially in case of farming, okay. What are the two sides of the market? Okay, from buyer, the main goal is maximize utility, protect wallet. From seller, maximize profit, grow business. What is the law like? Demand law is opposite to the price and quantity. Price up, quantity low. Price down, quantity high. However, in the supply, price is up, quantity supplied by the supplier is also high. Prices are low, then the supplier also reduces the quantity supplied. How's the demand curve or the supply curve? Demand curve is like this, supply curve is like this. It comes down, it goes up. What are the key drivers? Income, taste, substitute, complement goods prices, input cost, technology, weather. What happens when these two forces collide? Does it cause imbalance? Yes. Okay. When there is excess of supply, it causes surplus. A lot of umbrellas been there for the season, which is rainy season coming up, then surplus of umbrellas. Every place you will see umbrellas. Sellers have leftover stock and must drop prices, and suddenly you'll see 200 rupees umbrella comes for 150 rupees and even 100 also. Now, if there is excess demand, then there is shortage. People want to buy mangoes, but there are very few. Prices will go up and people will buy less. So it does cause imbalance also. So there's a magic number where both meet together. Okay, what meet together? The demand and the supply, they both meet together at one point. It is a peace point. Supply exactly equals demand. There is no shortage, no surplus, no pressure for price to change. Both the buyer and seller agree this. But the question is, does this situation actually exist? Not always. Markets are dynamic. They are changing. They are changing due to weather, technology, many reasons of the market. Okay. So this rarely exists, and it is a very dynamic market in the present day scenario. What do we mean by dynamic market? There could be season, reason, there could be days, as we mentioned, number of days, 5 days. So Tuesday the air ticket is lower, but Friday it is higher. Occupancy, hotels are occupied very well on the weekends or in the summer break as compared to the weekdays and working days. Weather forecast, rain expected, more sale of umbrellas and the raincoats. No sale, they all lie up in the stores. Okay. Off season, here let's take a case study of a hotel. Off season, it's of this price, but New Year's Eve, same hotel, same room, the prices boom. Why? High demand. So in the real world, conditions change very constantly. They keep changing because of the reason, like season, then occupancy, weather, technology. Market is always hunting for new equilibrium. Every time you will see a new equilibrium. Okay. So does the government step in when there are prices up or low? Yes, the government does step in. So one term is called as price ceiling, which means protecting the buyer. You have to protect the buyer, that is you and me. So government sets a minimum price, which is called as price ceiling. That is for medicines, vaccines. During COVID, the prices of sanitizers and masks, they were fixed prices. Okay. So because the demand was very high and supply was low, so government steps in, which is called price ceiling. Price cannot be more than this particular price. What is the other one? Price floor, which means protecting the seller. So government sets a minimum price, that is farmer's wage or price of the crop of the farmer. So it creates artificial surplus, which means supply is more than the demand. Okay. So now, do we have some tools to decode the market? Yes. The blue one we studied was the demand. Consumers balance desire with purchasing power. Prices fall, demand rises, prices increase, demand reduces. Orange one was the supply, where producers balance costs with the pursuit of profit. When the prices rise, suppliers provide more. When the prices fall, suppliers provide less. Green point had been the equilibrium, the dynamic, ever-moving point where two forces shake hands, which rarely happens because for many reasons it keeps changing. So next time you see a price change in a store or an online, you will notice what's happening behind the scenes. You are no longer just a consumer. You are an observer to the market dashboard also. So I hope with this you were able to understand grade 9 economics, the price puzzle. Very simple. Review it one more time. It is good enough content for you to appear for your exam. Keep learning, keep growing, keep shining. Thank you for learning. Have a great time. Bye-bye.